Imagine that a user is registering on your website. When the user clicks on register button, the browser of the user will send this request. Now notice here, this is known as a request body, which includes key value pairs of what are all the data that we are sending over the internet and that our FastAPI application will process. FastAPI provides a really powerful way to simplify the processing of this data on our server, and at the heart of it is something known as a base model. Now we shall see how actually we can use base model to make an endpoint register that can save this information inside the database. So let's move on to the VS Code. The first thing we are going to do is import base model from pydantic. And then we make a class user and make it inherit base model, and we create all of the fields that I specified in the request body, all the user data that we are going to extract from request body along with their types. And now we create an endpoint register, and in that we create a function which takes user as an argument of type user, and then we save the user in the database. FastAPI will extract all of the required parameters from the request body, and also it will verify if they have the correct types. For example, if age was entered to be some kind of a string, FastAPI would have thrown error that we do not have the valid data. In fact, it would have actually sent a request on the client side that you have given some invalid data. Now, if you have seen my previous video, you would realize that user is not in here in this string, which means that it should be interpreted as a query parameter. But why is it not being interpreted as a query parameter? Well, the reason is because user inherits base model, and FastAPI knows that whenever some type inherits base model, we have to extract the user all of these details from the request body. Now, this is just one use of base model. Believe me, base model in itself is so powerful that it can be used in a lot of different scenarios, not just for request bodies. In the future videos, you will see how powerful base model can get. For now, let's keep it brief and see you soon in the next videos.